Good morning. It's Maxine Kaye coming to you live from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living in Paoli, Pennsylvania. So glad you're joining us this morning. What a great opportunity to get together and to love each other and to lift each other up. And so here we are in the process always of teaching and practicing the principles of science of mind. And we offer spiritual tools for very practical purposes. That's what religious science is all about. That's what science of mind teaches. And we happen to be one center for spiritual living of many all over this world who bring us together in a consciousness of infinite possibility. Because our vision is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and that means you. And our mission is co-creating a world that works for all. That's what we're in the process of doing. And so wherever you are in your spiritual path, you are so welcome here. This is a place where we invite you to our transformation station. It's an opportunity to celebrate life, to celebrate God, to walk along this path together. And we're starting a whole new month of August in which we are moving together in the great opportunity, simply, as Meister Eckhart said, to let God be God in us. Now we have a purpose statement, and many of you know it, so I'm going to ask you to say it with me. Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And now we have an opening song. Our music team did this a few months ago, and it's a wonderful Karen Drucker song. Take it away, music team.
Here we go. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Again, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Back to God. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Last time. God gives me everything I need.
Thank you, music team. Let's have a meditation together, shall we? I'm going to invite you simply to come into a quiet place with me, a sacred space, and that quiet, sacred space abides within our hearts. So please come with me as we follow our breath as though it is a bridge moving into our hearts. And here we begin to see with the eye of the heart. And we begin to hear with the ear of the heart, and oh, it is sweet. The vision, the music, it is very sweet. But this is the source of all, to which we're now returning. And with every breath, feel the indrawing of the life of spirit itself, moving through your body, your emotions, your mind, calming, restoring, bringing a sense of the sacred as you enter more deeply now into the heart of the divine itself. And now imagine, before there was any created form at all, a great no-thingness, a divine substance, an invisible, creative, intelligent presence and power, not yet observable. And feel that wonderful sense of a divine pulsation, ready for creation, but not yet expressed. And this loving, wise, intelligent, creative, marvelous presence must manifest itself. This great desire to self-express is growing and growing. And so it begins to contemplate itself. It contemplates the good. It contemplates the true. It contemplates the pure. And from that beginning, from the word itself, the intention of goodness, something begins to move, and it moves upon itself. This divine substance is now in action. And the creative intention of the Creator itself is bringing forth solar systems, planets, stars, galaxies, world beyond world beyond world. And it is expressing itself with so much joy, so much delight. This is the creative process in action. And see our own earth now coming forth from the very heart and mind of God itself. And the earth and the seas and all of the flora, the plants, the trees, the flowers, the grasses, and the fauna, the creatures in the water, in the sky, on the earth. Something beautiful is emerging here. And we know as we listen deeply within our hearts, we hear the divine saying, "It is good. It is very, very good." And now begin to see this beautiful earth peopled with men and women, all awakening, standing tall, standing erect in their divinity, and moving beautifully and creatively about the earth. See now the beautiful structures that humankind creates. And see it in harmony with all of the seas and the earth and the animals. The very air itself, pure. The waters, the seas, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, clean. A new energy is emerging, for we are the co-creators with the infinite, and we hold the whole world in our hands. It is a joyous responsibility, for from the no-thingness, the thing itself has emerged and continues to emerge beautiful creation. And we are now the intelligent, loving, wise, compassionate co-creators with the infinite. And it is a continuous process, never ending. How great it is to feel and to know this divine presence and power within, and to choose now quite intentionally to use it only for good, only for health and wholeness, for love and compassion, for unity, for respect, for joy, and for great and growing love. All is well. How sweet it is to know that all is well. It's good. It's very, very good. And now as we return here together in an illuminated consciousness, we'll invite our practitioner, Mary Furtaw, to open us with affirmative prayer.
Good morning. Let us know together that there is one power in the universe, and this power is a force for good. And this power comes from the one source. Source is God, and God is pure goodness. Each of us is an extension of this divine energy, forever inseparable from it. Now, as first cause, God is the principle of goodness, and in its infinity, it is everywhere. It is therefore available at all times, and we can call on it whenever we need. There is nothing that can quiet us, that can comfort us, that can restore us in the way that turning to the infinite, to first cause, does. And when this becomes a habit, we develop a new life, a life where God has first place, and a life lived under the shadow of the Almighty. This is the truth. I am grateful to know it. I release this treatment to the law, certain that it is so. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Mary. Well, this is the time of our demonstration. And demonstration time is about a person who has let me know that something lovely has taken place in their lives as a result of spiritual mind treatment and uplifted consciousness, utilizing our spiritual tools for very practical purposes. And today, our demonstration is from Cheryl Macklin, who's a second-year practitioner student. And she sent me the information and asked that I read it. And you'll see a picture that demonstrates what her demonstration is about. Isn't that beautiful? It's called The Piano. And she says, "For a number of years, I have been wanting to find a new loving home for my piano since I no longer play. It is a lovely piece of furniture, but I felt sad that it wasn't being played. I just couldn't decide what I wanted to put in its place. In the beginning of July, I finally decided that it was time to find someone who would enjoy the piano. So my prayer partner and I both treated, and I put the word out among friends. Within a week, I found someone who was interested. It took one additional week for the piano to be moved. On the way from my house to hers, the piano was tuned. I don't know how they do that, but I thought it was wonderful. And Jen sat down to play it the minute it arrived in her home. I am so grateful. I ordered several new tables and was able to gift my current tables to friends. As an additional bonus, I've been wanting to have my powder room repainted. One of the gentlemen who came to move the piano is a painter and is going to do some painting for me. Treatment works. Cheryl Macklin. That was wonderful. I mean, it just was a demonstration on so many different levels, including her circulating of good that benefits everyone. I love that. So, shall we say our affirmation together? There is only one life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now, and the life of every sentient being. Okay, kids, gather round. This is your time. Oh, cute pajamas. I don't really see you. I'm just pretending. So, it was art time in kindergarten, and little Johnny was seriously at work on his piece. The teacher stopped by, and he asked Johnny what he was drawing. And he answered, "I am drawing a picture of God." Well, the teacher replied, "Well, that's not possible, Johnny, because no one has ever seen God." And Johnny replied, "They will when I'm finished." Here's a word for you. Omnipresent. Do you know what that means? It means everywhere present. So God is omnipresent. Here's another one. Omniscient. Omniscient means all-knowing. And God is infinite intelligence. So God is omniscient. We can't see God any more than we can see air, but we surely do feel it and depend on it, don't we? And the more we let ourselves feel the loving presence of God, the more loving we can be with other people in our world. Say it with me, omnipresent. Say it with me, omniscient. God is everywhere, including right within you and me and everyone. God is all-knowing, which means that divine intelligence is within you and me and everyone else. Nice talking to you today. Talk to you again soon. We love you so much. Well, we have a brand new month, and it's August. And we have a new theme as well, since it's a new month. And this new theme is walking each other home in 5 steps. How's she going to do that one? Well, we have 5 Sundays, and so each Sunday we'll be focusing upon one step of our spiritual mind treatment process and how we can relate that and utilize that in connecting with and lifting each other up in this world. So today is the greatest presence and power, which is step 1 of our spiritual mind treatment, isn't it? From the Science of Mind textbook by Ernest Holmes, we read, "The study of the science of mind is a study of first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes. The power back of creation, the thing itself." Some of you know that Reverend Mike has been hosting a Science of Mind book study for the last many weeks. It's wonderful. I never miss one. I love being a part of this. The group that gathers on Zoom is being given a beautiful opportunity to read the Science of Mind textbook. Mine looks like this. Yours may look differently, but the words inside are all the same. And it's giving us an opportunity, those who are reviewing after maybe having studied this for all of our lives or many years, as well as those who are brand new to this philosophy, an opportunity to dive more deeply. And it's a beautiful opportunity. It's informative, it's instructive, it's illuminating, and we understand Ernest Holmes' words and thoughts ever so much more deeply. So I'd invite you to join us anytime on a Saturday morning. Just let us know and we'll give you the password. You can join us in this group. The group has become very close because the trust deepens and the friendships thrive when we're sharing this beautiful principle. There's something marvelous about sharing the science of mind philosophy with other sane, sound, sensible, spiritual seekers. Did I tell you I like alliteration? Sane, sound, sensible, spiritual seekers. We're finding the same thing to be true in this 3-community Zoom coming together for good discussions that we're having each month. We have another one coming up in a couple of weeks here that where we join with the Center of Peace in Philadelphia and the Center for Spiritual Living in Delaware and our own thriving group. And the three of us work together. We have beautiful learning and deepening our awareness and our understanding. And then we go into breakout rooms. And the most beautiful thing about this is that we're all science of mind people, understanding that God underlies everything, that everything that we are learning about, everything that we're discussing with each other, everything we're disclosing from the middle of our hearts is held in a context of infinite love and infinite possibility. And so it's safe. We have created a beautiful context of safety, love, workability, where we can share with each other with ever deepening faith and ever expanding hearts that are open to each other and to making a creative difference in this world. So returning to source, which is what we do daily, in order to experience those infinite possibilities, a great creative power and presence. Returning to source all throughout the day, over and over again. When we begin to get caught up in something out here that's disturbing, returning to source is always the answer. It brings us closer and closer to the divine reality where we really truly can let God be God in us. And the closer we get to that divine reality and allowing ourselves to be held in that divine embrace, the easier it is to connect lovingly and respectfully and truly to each other. So when we are seeking to deepen our relationships and our connections to each other, as we are walking each other home. This is what we're doing right now. We're walking each other home. And as we do this, it all begins with the greatest power and presence, the thing itself, which resides within each of us. So as we're going through the steps of treatment, and that's what we're doing this month, and why not doing it every day is a good idea, we realize that the first step is realization. It's where we come into this place where there is God and nothing else, where everything is within this beautiful life, the divine life, the life of spirit, the life of the creative process itself. It begins right within us. Ernest Holmes also says, the science of mind, then, is a study of life and the nature of the laws of thought, the conception that we live in a spiritual universe, that God is in, through, around, and for us. Isn't it time we recognize that there is this great power that supports us and is for us? and is here always for us to dip deeply into and remember who and what we truly are. And so the first step of treatment indeed is realization or recognition. It's taught in different ways. We often use the term recognition, where we bring to mind the truth about God for each of us, reflecting the universal divine attributes. We know the attributes of God: life, love, light, peace, power, beauty, and joy. So we bring those qualities of the infinite, those 7 substantive qualities, into our consciousness when we're beginning our spiritual mind treatment. And we typically choose the one aspect that has to do with our intention for that affirmative prayer. Ernest Holmes, toward the back of his textbook, focuses on teachings from the New Testament, and one of them I chose to share with you today. He says, Jesus made the greatest claim upon God of anyone who ever lived. He demanded a complete and unreserved trust in the goodness and the loving kindness of the Creator, and harking down the ages, since he lived and taught his marvelous philosophy to mankind. Those who have followed his teachings have been justified in their faith. And what were 2 major teachings? Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all else shall be given unto you. The other is, the kingdom of heaven is within. How simple can it be? How powerful can it be? We seek first the kingdom of heaven, and heaven, of course, is Uranos in Greek. And what does it mean? Please say it with me. Many of you know. Uranos means that which is forever and ever expanding. And you see, our understanding of the divine, our ability to receive and to give and to be a great circulatory expression of God's life, all of that is within and continuously expanding. We're moving from any sense of limitation or lack into this unbounded good, this universal life itself that expresses in so many beautiful ways, but it must begin within, where we seek first the kingdom, we seek first the peace, we seek first the power, the love, the compassion, the intelligence, the creative expression, all within us. And this truth is everyone's truth. That's why this first step is so important in walking each other home. It can't be reserved for a certain few. There is no hierarchy here. And it's past time, way past time, that every individual on earth recognizes the greatest power and the greatest presence exists within everyone. It's not for a special few. It's already within everyone. We can't give it to anyone. They have it already. Everyone came forth from this divine life itself, from the no-thingness into this beautiful creative activity. Everyone, no exceptions, no caste system, no hierarchy. We need to awaken to the omnipresence of spirit. As each of us understands that and begins perceiving it within all of the other beloveds on this earth, something begins to shift. in the entire human consciousness. And don't you realize that we teach about the race conscious mind, which means the entire human race, on the subjective level, is filled with beautiful poetry and music and everything that humankind has ever created. And it's also filled with lots of fallacy. It's filled with a lot of false beliefs about separateness and about somebody's better than someone else. And it's about, I'm going to oppress you because I can. And you need to just be oppressed because you can't do anything about it. It's time, way past time, we recognize there is no hierarchy. There is one God, one life. It abides fully and completely within each individual. And the more I begin to teach, and you and I together begin to teach this human race conscious mind that there's something more real and more true than that, the more we are doing our part to lift that subjective mind and help everyone realize there's one life, one presence, one power. We are all divinely designed in this. We are all awakening to our spiritual magnificence. It helps everyone to awaken when we first do our own standing erect in the spirit of truth and love and compassion and creative, intelligent activity. The underlying oneness of life is the context within which all of the contents are held. Right now we have a lot of contents in the context of a life that is loving and working for all. We have COVID-19. It hasn't gone away. It is not telling us that it's going away soon. So what do we do about that? We recognize that beyond any appearance of virus or ill health, there is the unimpeachable wholeness of the universe, and we are focusing upon that, and we will not stop focusing or intending for that unimpeachable wholeness to come forth and reveal itself once again, because it hasn't gone anywhere. It's still the truth. It is underlying all of that activity of ill health. It is still true, always will be. Let's keep our attention on it. At the same time, we believe in science here. At the same time that we follow the precautions that we're instructed to follow, because we are good citizens and we care about ourselves and one another. So that's one thing that's being held in the context of love and workability and the infinite presence of the divine itself. And another is this wonderful opportunity we all have right now to lift everybody to a sense of true unity. No more hierarchy. An understanding that there never was one. It's been made up because somehow it benefited groups of people. It's not benefiting anyone anymore. And we're thrilled to be a part of the process of lifting all of humankind to their divine origins and their infinite possibilities. It all begins right here. It is this great and glorious truth, and that's with a capital T, that makes all the movement possible forward for humankind. In health, in justice, in love, in the presence and the power existing and expressing in, through, and as every single one of us. And humankind, isn't that an interesting word? Do you suppose it might be time for humans to become more kind? I know that it is, and I know that that's what we are focused on and joining together in experiencing and expressing. As we enter even more deeply into the kingdom of heaven, that which is forever and ever expanding, and it's within, we begin to experience the presence and the power that is universal. So this presence, this power, it's available to all. See it, feel it, acknowledge it, within yourself, within all beings. And we can begin celebrating the true unity, and we can delight in its multiple creative opportunities of individualized expression. We want to let God be God in each of us. That beautiful Catholic mystic, Meister Eckhart, was really onto something. You know, Ernest Holmes was very clear. He didn't make up these principles. They've always been here. And these principles have been understood by people of all philosophies, all faiths. What's true universally is true universally. So we celebrate every expression of life, every beautiful being through which truth comes. We honor it, and it helps to lift us all up. So as we're letting God be God in us, let's also look around. Look around you right now, whoever's in the room with you. Realize you're looking at the face of God. For each one is a universal expression, individualized, of that divine presence and that beautiful power. This is the beginning of true empowerment. This is real power. It's not the love of power. That's over with. That has to end. But it's the power of love. And it will always win out. Always. As Emmett Fox says at the end of his beautiful poem on love, if you could only love enough, you would be the most powerful person in the world. Let's set our intention this week to bring more kindness to humanness. Let's set our intention to love so powerfully that no one can escape it. That everyone we encounter, even in our thoughts, even when we're not in the same street, walking down the street with them, but let's do that too. Everyone can sense this beautiful power and presence of love and wisdom and creative opportunity that's flowing from the very heart of us. We're starting with the first step toward walking each other home. And today it is the step of oneness. It is the step of the source itself. Within each of us, within all of us, we can celebrate it all day long. First step. Let's keep walking each other home. We're going to be there. But we have to each to do our part to get there. I'm ready to do mine. I'm happy to do it. It really feels wonderful. This is the greatest work that we can do right now. And thank God we're not having to do it by ourselves, but by this beautiful creative presence and power that's within us and within everyone. So let's begin seeing it. Let's begin immersing ourselves in it so completely that we are empowered with love and with wisdom wherever we are. So, will you say with me, there is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. It is the life of every sentient being. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Thank you for being with me. And now it's time for Offertory. We love sharing our beautiful circulation, and we love supporting our wonderful center and keeping it bountiful and beautiful. And everyone thriving because of the law of circulation working in our lives. So there are many opportunities to support your beloved Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, and we're listing a few of them for you right now. You can do it right through the website. It is so easy, and oh my goodness, it is deeply appreciated. So as you prepare your gift, you may wish to at least in mind and in heart hold it to your heart. And will you say with me our prosperity affirmation? I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tide goes forward to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
The thing itself is beautiful. The thing itself is magnificent. The thing itself goes by many names. Some people call it God, Buddha, Allah, Muhammad. Call it Father or a four-speed blender. You can call it Mother if that don't send you on a bender. You can call it power or something gentle. I got a method to call the fundamentals. It's A, absolute, E, energy, I, infinite, O, oneness, and you is universal. And then there is why, because why, because why, because there's you. Let's not forget about you. The thing itself will move you if you will call it through you to guide your thoughts and deeds and care for every need, to bless the path as you explore it. And if you happen to be searching for it, it's A, absolute, E, energy, I, infinite, O, oneness, and you is universal. And then there is why, because why, because why, because there's you. Let's not forget about you. The sun still shines when it's cloudy, and you're still divine when you're pouty. You rage and you dream, you hope and you scream, you curse and you care, and it's always there, because it's absolute, E, energy, I, infinite, O, oneness, and you is universal. And then there is why, because why, because
centered. Where am I? Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Payson Burt, and I'm pleased to be a member of your Board of Trustees, and I'm here with the morning announcements. Ow! First of all, Kristen, my wife Kristen, and I are pleased to sponsor this week's celebration. Here's the announcement. We're pleased to sponsor this week's celebration in celebration of Dr. Maxine and Reverend Mike's birthdays. Thank you, Dr. Maxine and Reverend Mike, for all your love, support, and contributions to our center. Your demonstrations of science of mind principles are always inspiring to Kristen and me. As an aside, Kristen and I celebrated our 15th wedding anniversary on Thursday, so double the celebrations. Seriously, though. During these times of social distancing, we have lots of ways to stay connected. We are offering 3 virtual classes. 1, Dr. Maxine is offering a free 4-week discovery class for anyone interested in becoming acquainted with the principles of science, Centers for Spiritual Living, and the Science of Mind philosophy. Everything you wanted to know and didn't know to ask. Classes will be held 4 Tuesday evenings via Zoom, starting August 4th, so it's coming up soon, through August 25th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. If you'd like to join, let us know by today or Monday at the latest, because it's starting very soon. Dr. Maxine will also be starting an 8-week class, Science of Mind accredited class entitled Treat Yourself to Life, beginning Tuesday, September 8th, via Zoom from 6:30 to 9:00 p.m. It's a powerful 8-week class based on the book of the same title by Raymond Charles Barker. Students experience the joy of harnessing the power of good in the universe by learning to use affirmative prayer effectively and with purpose. Positive, practical tools are given to change unwanted patterns and bring greater good into the basic areas of living: health, prosperity, relationships, and creative expression. Register by Monday, October 8th, please. To register for any of these classes, please email Linda at admin@cslphilly.com. And Reverend Mike continues his Science of Mind textbook book club on Zoom each Saturday from 9:45 to 11 a.m. You can jump in any time for free. It's a love offering class. Just email him at revmike@cslphilly.org. Notice that it's an org, not a com. Just for him, it's an org. We invite you to join us at our 3rd Vital Conversation on Wednesday, August 19th at 6:30 p.m. with the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living and our 2 neighboring centers for spiritual living, Center of Peace in Philadelphia and CSL Delaware. We are coming together to deepen our own understanding of racism and become more aware of the experiences of others in this time of change. Simply contact Linda at admin@cslphilly.com to receive the Zoom invitation and link to connect with this important session by Monday, August 17th. So that's when you contact her by August 17th. For more details, go to our events calendar on our new website, www.cslphilly.org, where you can also view past Sunday celebrations and Dr. Maxine and Reverend Mike's daily love notes. And on the business side, mark your calendars for our annual community membership meeting on September 20th at 12:30 p.m. This will be a fun, informative meeting to review the past year, chart the course for the future, and elect 3 new board members. We will be holding it via Zoom. That's a surprise. If you are a member and have not received this notice, email Linda at admin@cslphilly.com or call the office. Oh, and one more thing. We will be holding a Zoom social today, right after our Sunday celebration. And we plan on holding these each Sunday. So grab your cup of coffee or your favorite beverage and go to zoom.us on your computer or iPhone and enter the ID number to join us. 839-510-32-452. And this will be the same number each Sunday. So once you got it down, you're in. And this concludes our weekly announcements. Thank you so much. Have a great week.
Great job.
Payson, that was awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and prior to that, that beautiful song, Thing Itself, by Margaret Owens. We are so blessed. And Payson, you're a riot. I love his t-shirt that says, I do my own stunts. And he does. Now, this is a new month. What does that mean? It means that we are going to celebrate all people's birthdays who were born in August. So if you were born in August, we're celebrating you today. Will you kindly stand so that we can applaud you? And we even have a cake. And so just pretend like you're getting a slice of this delicious carrot cake. But in the meantime, will you all August birthday babies come and stand up now? Hit it, Maestro. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear birthday. Happy birthday to you. That's it? Okay. Wonderful. And they're willing to have. Yes. We'll share the cake with you if you could find a way for us to do that. I mean, Zoom has breakout rooms, but I don't think it yet has facilities for delivering cake. We're working on it. And Payson, again, thank you so much for that great celebratory expression and for letting this day be special in such a loving congregation with loving awarenesses. And thank you for celebrating your anniversary along with Reverend Mike and my birthdays. Now it's going to be our closing song by Faith Rivera. Do join us for our a short Zoom social time as soon as we're complete here, shortly after. You have the information now so that you can join our little social hour. It's not an hour, it's only a few minutes, and we'd love to have you. So now, Faith Rivera, This Thing Called Life, our closing song.
Today is the day I will change my luck. I will find 3 pennies and they'll be heads up. I will walk like a queen in my tennies and jeans, 'cause I know where I come from. From the stars and the sun, from that magical one, I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the known to unseen, everything in between, I am part of this thing called life. I am one with this thing called life. Yeah, today is the day I'll remember to see only good, only God happening through you and me. I will not forget all the treasures due me, 'cause I know where I come from. From the stars and the sun, from that magical one, I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the known to unseen, everything in between, I am part of this thing called life. I am one with this thing called life. Yeah, today is the day I'll be more of myself, love my skin, where I've been, and everyone else know
Lamar.
of this thing
Mrs.
called
Gathering.
life. Yeah, from the known to unseen, everything in between. I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the stars and the sun, from the magical one. I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the known to unseen, everything in between. I am part of this thing called life. I am one with this thing called life. I am loved by this thing called life.
And so we take this beautiful thing called life, the oneness, the joy, the power, and the presence out into our world today with joy and thanksgiving. And so it is.